Okay, hello everyone, this is Crazy Talk. I decided to make another video today because I had the time to do it and I still feel like I've got a lot to say. Just so you know, I am in my onesie again and I've come to the conclusion that I probably will be in my onesie for most of my videos because that's what I tend to wear in the house, just as standard. Um, yeah, as soon as I come into the house, this is what I get changed into, so it's probably going to be quite a regular thing. I kind of wanted to talk today, kind of like a disclaimer, but in not quite such official terms, just to let you know, because this is a mental health blog and a blog that's going to be talking about some pretty hard topics. I don't promote self-harm in any way, and I will not. I will not be posting or showing triggering images, but the stuff that I talk about may trigger people. So if you do have some problems and you are sensitive to certain things, then I will try and put little notes either in the title or as the video is going, just to give trigger warnings, that kind of thing. I do have some scars on my arm, and I'm not going to purposely bring my arms and show you all, but if I'm doing stuff in a video and I go to reach across or something, my arms get seen and people see my scars, then fine. But I'm not going to actively show people my scars. So yeah, if anybody was to come to me, this has happened to me on Tumblr a couple of times where people have been talking about self-harm and stuff that they've done. I'm never going to tell people to stop, because that's the stupidest thing you could ever say. And this is something that people who don't have problems with self-harm or mental illness need to know. If you are approached by a friend or a relative who comes to you and says, I'm having a problem with self-harm, or an eating disorder where they're either starving themselves or they're binging and purging, do not ever tell them to just stop, because that's the most ridiculous thing you can say. That's one of the most ridiculous things you can say, because it's not that easy. So I'm never going to tell people to just stop. However, I will be telling people to look after themselves while they're doing it, because you can self-harm and look after yourself. For instance, if you only use clean equipment, clean blades, that kind of thing, and you use kind of solutions, if you're bleeding a lot, obviously compress, hold it higher than your heart, and clean with very, very simple things. You don't need kind of overly harsh and abrasive stuff to clean yourself up with. All you need is some sea salt and some warm water, and that's very simple, it's very pure, and that's the most effective way to clean yourself up. And by this, I'm not telling people how to self-harm, I'm telling people how to look after themselves while they're doing it, so that they don't get infected. Because for many people, this isn't the case personally with me, but it is for many people, self-harm is the only thing that's keeping them alive. So by whatever means, cutting, burning, overdosing, whatever it might be, that's the only thing from stopping themselves committing suicide. And so I will never tell anybody to just stop self-harming, or just stop starving themselves, or just stop making yourself be sick, because that's not how it works. I will encourage people to seek help, and I know how difficult and stressful and frustrating that is. Believe me, I'm going to make a whole video on that subject, about seeking help and finding the right person for you, because it's taken me a little while to find the right doctors, to find the right kinds of people who I'm comfortable dealing with and talking to with my problems. I've had several people who I just didn't get along with. So yeah, I would prefer that people seek help for the things that they're going through, and that's the only way that you're going to be able to get out of it. I tried a few times to kind of go it alone, and it worked for a little bit, but it's not the most effective thing in the world, and eventually you do get back to square one, time after time after time, and it will just get worse. So that's the best thing you can do, is counselling, therapy, medication. I'll be talking about all of these things in separate videos. But I just wanted to let you guys know that whilst I don't promote the things that I'll be talking about in some of my videos, I do still want people to be as safe as they can while they're doing it, because if people are cutting themselves, then the last thing you want is an infection, because that's just horrible. So if you're going to self-harm, and if that's something that you do, then keep it clean, make sure they don't get infected. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on the matter. So yeah, I may make another video pretty soon if I can find a solid topic and make some points for it. And yeah, this is Crazy Talk, and I'll see you soon. Have a lovely day.